Ladies and gentlemen, there is so much money out there and you can get your hands on some of it. It's just that you don't even know how to, and that's okay. If you haven't learnt the skills of acquiring money, well then how do you expect to then get your hands on it? The problem is a lot of us believe that there's not that much money out there. The economy's been tough, my boss is an asshole, they're not giving out pay rises, it's tough out there, there's no demand for my job and things like that. That's going to teach us that life is tough and that there isn't much money out there. But here's a statistic for you. There's $220-something billion in term deposits and savings accounts in New Zealand. There's billions of dollars sitting in transaction accounts as well. Now, as some of that money flows out of that, it may end up back into those transactions accounts in higher levels as well. But who has these balances? Well, you would have to just think logically for a second here. The baby boomers have been alive for longer. So who has had more chance to build up wealth? The baby boomers. But it's not just them, wealthy people as well. So have a think about how you could get your hands on some money. Well, wealthy baby boomers would probably make for ideal customers, wouldn't they? Oh, I don't want to get into business. Not everyone should have to be an entrepreneur. I completely get that. But wouldn't you want to have a high income skill that you can tuck up your sleeve? I grew up in a household where we were always hustling, selling pine cones, selling agar, looking for a way to make a bit more money, pulling over on the side of the road to get a spare bit of wood that had fallen off of a trailer, putting it into the boot, and then we could burn it at some stage. Such a resourceful family. Fundraisers, all sorts of things. A mail run at an early age, working in a Foursquare, working in a distribution center, working in a meatworks. I was always earning from a young age, and so I've been taught to be very resourceful. And then I've got into entrepreneurship and learned even more about it. I learned this one thing that can completely change the trajectory of your life that you may not have learned, and that is that money exchanges hands when value exceeds price. Now, this could be the best saying for you to learn to help understand that you could have more than you currently have. A lot of us get taught to just go and get a job, to earn an hourly rate, and that's our ceiling. That is not your ceiling. Your ceiling is the value that you can bring to the marketplace. And the beautiful thing about an aging population and when wealth gets distributed to the top is that those people want convenience, they want help, and they want things done for them that they don't want to do. They have less time. So the service that you can provide to them means that the value exceeds the price. That means that they're willing to pay for you to clean their car, to clean their gutters out, to mow their lawns, to trim their hedges, to spray the weeds, to pick up their groceries for them, to drive them somewhere, to drop them off, to put something together for them. That's as simple as it needs to be. You could have a $35 an hour job. You could have a minimum wage job, but you could completely blow that ceiling by going to somebody who's wealthy or who has money, and they would rather value convenience or a solution or their time more. And you can say to them, hey, I will do that for you. I will mow your lawns for $50. Okay, no problem. Great. Can I even use your lawnmower and put the clippings in your grass recycling bin? Yeah, no problem. Wow, that took me 45 minutes. Wow, okay, so you're not a $25 or a $35 an hour person, are you? That is not true, that's all you can make in an hour. You can make as much as the value you can bring to that hour. So what value can you bring to people around you? And what value can you bring to people who have money? Those are the people who are willing to pay more for things than you even think possible. So what values do you have? There's a high chance that if you're a Kiwi person, you've got more inside you than you realize, skills and valuable things that you can do for people, and they'll be willing to transact with you. But again, if your belief is that this is a low-wage economy and I get paid shit and my boss is an asshole and people always take advantage of people, oh, you can't rip off the baby boomers, that shit. Don't do that. Don't do it. Go and provide value for people. The market is the market is the market. If you can do something valuable for somebody, they will pay you the money. If you can't, they won't. So that's the ultimate test. Not all this noise you've got going on in your head. You could do the lawns for $50, but there might be someone that goes, I'll pay $200. Oh, okay. You were wrong about the $50. Now you've got to find different types of customers. What is it about that $200 customer? Maybe they're even busier. Maybe they're even wealthier and got to flash a car in the driveway. Or maybe it's more of a problem because they're about to go away and they want it done quickly. Can you do it today? Yep, great. I'll give you $200. Here you go, mate. Let's go. Speed, that's value. Convenience, that's value. Finding ways to help people isn't taking advantage of them. They wouldn't pay you if it was. So Get rid of the brain rot about making money is bad and that might take advantage of somebody. That is bullshit that won't help you. So you've got to think, who's got my money? Who's got the money? And the money is tied up with wealthy and baby boomer people. And eventually it's going to pass through. Trust me, someone else is going to get it. And it's going to be the person who provides value, or it's going to be the next in line in their will. And you know what? Some of these people are going to die without children. And guess what they're going to do? They're going to donate it to charities. Why? Because they see that charity as being valuable. Oh, that charity's taking advantage of that person who's dying. No, the person chose to give the charity the money. They see that that charity provides value, therefore they're willing to give that charity money. If you wire yourself that you're taking advantage of people and it's bad making money, that's not going to help you. That is just asking to limit your life. You probably want to believe that to stay stuck or to not have to take any action, because action takers always win. There's a podcast that I've done with Max Tebbs, young fella, takes out his first lease cleaning cars at the age of 17. Got going at 13 though, signs a lease at 17. If he can figure it out, cleaning people's cars, well, who would pay to have their car cleaned? Someone who's busy, someone who values it, someone who values their car. The concept that money is all around us and that there is so much out there is so under talked about because we're a nation of not wanting to talk about it. Why do we let the banks have it all tied up in these shitty term deposits? Wouldn't we want some of it flowing through the economy? Come on, baby boomers, if you're watching this too, spend some money. Spend some money with younger people that can help you, that can add value to your life, that can create value. Because going back to what I said before, you know you're just going to donate it. You know that you're going to pass it on to the kids, and then they're going to choose what they value with it, and they're going to then spend the money, and they're going to choose what the value of that money is. Or the rest care providers are going to get it, the healthcare providers, etc. So have a think about it, baby boomers, if you're watching too. How can you spend some money with some of the younger generation that are trying to do better for their family, that are having a crack out there, that are willing to go a bit above and beyond, that aren't stuck in the like, oh, my boss is an asshole and I'll never make good money, I'm just going to move to Australia, whatever. They're here, having a crack, going, right, I'll clean your gutters, I'll wash your house down, I'll paint it. I'll do your lawns. They're adding value to your life. Have a think about how you can transact with them to give them a hand too, because we've got to get this money flowing through the economy. Now back to all of us. We're all valuable. You've got the beauty of ChatGPT these days. Go into AI and ask it to flesh out from you what you're valuable at. It might be you're a great kicking coach. It might be you're a good piano player. It might be that you're very good at science. You could be a tutor. There is money everywhere and it's ready to change hands. It's just that people get in their own way and they're stuck. They can't see their own value and so they don't go out there and transact. If you want a very good example of this to break your belief, find something in your household and go and search on Trade Me. What's it worth? Because the market is putting a value on that. Go on Facebook Marketplace and sell something and you will find that someone will drive 40 minutes to pick up a pair of shoes for $50 that they could have maybe spent $80 buying because they don't value that time that they could have spent earning money with that time as well, because they value the shoes at $50. So they're willing to drive to come and pick them up and pay it. That's the market. It's not you. It's not for you to decide. The market decides. This is why some people can charge tens of thousands of dollars for consulting and speaking and different things. And for a lot of us, we don't think we could do that. So remember that there is so much money out there. There's never been more money in term deposits and savings accounts and transaction accounts. It's going to wash through the system at some stage. It's either going to end up with the next generation. It's going to end up with the rest care provider. It's going to end up with the overseas holidays. It's going to end up with some of you who can add value to these people with the money. Please don't fall into this trap of thinking that making money is hard. It's not. It is not hard to make money. It's actually very easy. But you've got to flip your mind from you swapping your hour for somebody, for you swapping your hour of time to you providing value, helping them, solving problems, doing what they value. It's not about you. It's about them. It's about what the market values from them. Figure out what their pain points are, figure out what they value, and offer. But Kiwi people, again, I don't offer. Oh, how would I know how to do this? I don't know. Walk around your neighborhood and knock on 20 doors. Or what if they say no? I tell you what you do, you knock on the next one. Some of us are so soft that we haven't gone through any rejection. You would think after getting no and no and no at the school ball back in the day, that would be enough for us to go, oh, I know how to get through this. But no, we knock on one door and go, oh, no, they didn't want their car clean. That means no one does. That is not how life works. Go to the people who have problems. Another way to do this is to ask people what problems they have and see if you can solve them. So you've got to understand what skills you have And I made another video on how to actually make $10,000 step by step in 2025. It's got all the principles to take you through exactly how you could do it, how you could take some of your skills plus some of the resources you already have in your garage and turn those into $10,000. You just got to get started. And you have to understand that there is so much money out there and it's going to flow through the system. You want to get your hands on some of it if that is one of your goals.